Welcome everyone to ITB. It is that time of year again. The Consumer Electronics Show is just around the corner. So we are going to do a special version of what's in my gear bag. We're going to cover everything that I've got with me, pretty much the same stuff that I would take on any other convention, but we're going to show what I've got in my gear bag that I'm taking to CES 2018 and why it's in there. First up are my AirPods, because they've pretty much been indispensable since I picked these up almost a year ago now. They are super tiny, they are portable, they're great for listening to music or taking calls while we're at the show. Plus they've got stellar battery life. Next up, we've got kind of a trio of things. It's a Nomad carabiner as well as a few other accessories that get tied onto here. So this just clips on to the side of my bag. If you have not seen these Nomad carabiners before, pretty handy. They got a charging cable built in, USB on one end, and lightning on the other. So if I need anything just to take with me, charge my phone up, I've got this clipped right on the side. I also have a tile so I don't lose track of my bag at any point. And then I have Grove Maid's bottle opener, because it's always good to have a bottle opener with you. Of course, I am stacked up with business cards, both for my own personal channel that I run, as well as a stack for IDB. So plenty of business cards to be passing out the entire time we're there. I have some moment lenses, though I'm going to be shooting it mainly on other cameras. It's always good to have some backups. This little case, I've got several lenses in here: superfish, a macro, a wide angle, and a tele lens. So if I do have to shoot anything on my phone, I've got some really solid glass to back it up. Now with all this tech that is going to be packed in here, I'm obviously going to need quite a few chargers. So instead of taking a bunch of different types of cables, I've got two cables from Nomad in here. They're universal cables, the mini one and the long one with micro USB, USB-C, and lightning. I've also brought along Apple's lightning cable, the USB-C version, so I can charge up really fast if I need to. And you might notice I'm using those cable snaps from 12 South on there to keep the other cables that don't have a built-in management system in order. As far as power goes, that's why I've got this guy here. It has 4 USB ports on there, as well as a USB-C that supports power delivery. So it'll charge up any of my gear, even my Nintendo Switch. But if I don't have an outlet available, that's why I have this large battery pack. It is a USB-C battery, so this will charge up my iPad, my MacBook if I bring it with me, and 2 USB ports on the side for anything else. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you do know that I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I usually have some diabetic gear running around. That includes my 1-drop meter. This is Bluetooth over to my phone so I can keep track of my blood sugar throughout the day, as well as how it compares to my activity. I also use Dexcom's G5. This is a constant glucose monitoring system that measures my blood sugar in real time, and then sends that information to my phone and my Apple Watch. So if I don't have time to actually prick my finger and test my blood, the CGM unit is going to do that for me, and I'll have a pretty good idea where my blood sugar's at. Speaking of health stuff, we're also going to be taking some hand sanitizer, because it is going to be gross out there with everyone touching things. For my cameras, I've got a bunch of SD cards, a bunch of backups, not just these two. I have a whole host of them just in case I need them. I have a new case on my phone. I'm using one of the Mujo cases because I want a wallet case for the trip, because I don't want to have to carry a wallet with me. I'm also paranoid someone's going to try to steal it from my pocket. So I'm going to keep just 2 cards, ID, and a card right here in the back of my phone so I can always have an eye on them. Now, I'm also a magician and a bit fidgety, so I will be bringing a deck of cards just to keep myself entertained in any downtime I had. These are from Theory 11. They're really cool. They're a new SNL version that they've released. I love SNL, love playing cards, so this is a perfect match. They're really solid, a lot of really cool artwork, not only on the back with Studio 8H, but also on the court cards. They're all different kind of knowable, popular SNL sketches like Dick in a Box or Amy Poehler and Tina Fey doing Weekend Update. So it's a really great stuff in that deck. And of course I'll have my Apple Watch, because it's going to really be able to tell me what's going on with my phone, my blood sugar, if I get calls, text, anything, without having to always keep pulling my phone out. It was a big decision, but I'm going to opt to go completely tablet on this trip, at least while I'm on the trade show floor, and leave my MacBook up in my room, because I don't really need to haul that thing around. I need extra power cables for it. This thing will allow me to do everything. I've got a smart cover on there. I've got my SD card adapter, so that's for my Mac, but I do have my iPad SD card reader, so I can transfer all my photos that I take on the show. I'm going to be able to edit all my stuff in Ulysses and upload it straight to WordPress, so I can keep publishing on the site while I'm on the floor without having to lug my laptop around. So both my iPad Pro 12.9 inch and my smart cover. Of course, I'll also have my Apple Pencil, so if I need to take notes on anything, I have this. I don't actually have to whip out the keyboard. I can just go ahead and jot those notes down with the Apple Pencil. moving into cameras and other videography gear, I am going to bring a GoPro. I'm not going to really shoot on this the whole time. This is just kind of another backup option. If I need anything, I need more wide angle shots, that's what this is going to be great for. Anything else, but my primary stuff I'm going to be shooting on other ones. If I do end up shooting on the GoPro or on my phone, I'm going to need some form of stabilizer for the most part, and that's what this Steadicam Volt is for. It folds up super compact and it works really, really well. It's different than a lot of other gimbals out there, as it kind of has a counterweight, but what's good is it can work completely standalone with no power, but it works better with the power. But I like that it has both options of with and without that extra power. As far as my main shooter goes, it's going to be the Nikon D500 on the Zentek Crane. This is a big old gimbal that's going to hold up to any SLR up to 3.9 pounds. So whether it's a micro four thirds camera or even a big camera like the D500 with a tele-lens on there, this can still handle that and keep that stable. So I can get some great shots without having it being all shaky, like trying to hold my camera in my hand. Of course, I'm not going to be shooting with a strap on the camera or with a tele-lens on there. I'm shooting on the camera right now, so I can't exactly show you. But I will be using this and the D500 to shoot all 4K video while we are at the show. The Crane is a bit big, but it does fold up pretty compact and it does come apart. I do have plenty of batteries. I got like 4 backup batteries for my camera, as well as multiple chargers to keep my camera powered up on the way. And all that stuff's gonna need to go somewhere, so I'm going to be using the Peak Design Everyday Messenger. There's tons of little pockets along the sides, great spots to mount things, mount my camera, my carabiner, lots of stuff like that. It's really protective. There's a great locking system that's both magnetic as well as elastic to keep everything in. Inside is almost like a grid layout system. I can move these around to organize my bag as I see fit. Really easy to protect my camera in this bag, as well as keeping all my other gear separate so nothing's bumping into it. Literally everything that I've shown you so far will fit into this bag, and I can carry on the trade show floor, and it is super, super comfortable, so I don't have to worry about my back or shoulders getting sore throughout the day. In the front, there's tons of tiny little pockets, great for putting all these sorts of different small things, whether it's a cable on the right, deck of cards, little SD cards up front, just tons of little pockets to keep everything organized, because I don't want to be digging around in my bag every time I need to find something. So that is everything I'm going to be lugging around on the floor, but bonus content time. This is other stuff I'm going to be taking, tech related, that just may not be with me on the floor every day. And first up is going to be an actual SD card reader for my MacBook Pro. Obviously I need to transfer all that content from my camera to my MacBook Pro, so I use the SanDisk one because it's crazy fast. I also have the Glyph Atom SSD. We covered this a while ago, saying it's crazy fast while relying solely on bus power. So lots of storage here, really fast, compact, and you get that rugged case along the outside, so I don't have to worry about scratching up or getting damaged while I'm out there. Now, if there is any free time, I do have my Nintendo Switch. It's perfect, it's compact, I can keep playing all the console games I've been playing back at home, throw on some Mario Odyssey or Zelda, while I do have maybe some downtime while I'm back playing at the hotel, and I can even open up the tripod or the kickstand on the back and be able to take the controllers off so it works perfectly well without needing a TV. Now, if the AirPods sometimes aren't going to cut it, I want just more kind of noise canceling, more powerful headphones. That's what my Marshall Bluetooth headphones are for. I absolutely love these things. They are great. They are super heavy duty. They're so well built and they sound phenomenal. So I'll be rocking those anytime I just need some downtime. And then lastly, I have this strap here from Black Rapid. It is really handy. It's kind of like a sling, so the camera can easily move up and down on the sling while keeping it on your shoulder. It also has a really easy, quick release, and it rotates around. There's even storage right here in the padding, so I can throw some extra SD cards and swap them out as I'm going without needing to get into my bag. So if I'm ever shooting handheld without the gimbal, I'll definitely be using this. Then one last thing that I want to show you is this travel Apple Watch case from Sena. So this is more just for in the hotel room. If you want to have your Apple Watch charging, which I think most people will, this is a great option to do that. It's leather wrapped, it can protect your Apple Watch. You can even store a couple extra bands in here if you're going to take some, like Nomad band or something to go with you. Perfect. And it also is just really nice how it keeps the cord all wrapped up on the inside and then it comes out the back. You do have to provide your own charger, which is a downside, but it works in nightstand mode. This is pretty much what I use anytime I want to travel and charge my Apple Watch on the go. So that covers pretty much all the tech that I'm going to be taking to this trade show, and a lot of it is what I take in my gear bag just on a normal day, maybe a little bit extra because this is just going to be a crazy week, but this is everything I've got. If there's anything in here that you like, we've covered pretty much all the stuff in reviews before. You can find it on the channel, and links for all of this stuff down below in the description. Let me know what you guys think or what other gear you might be taking. Let me know down in the comments. Go ahead and subscribe. Till next time, this is Andrew for IDB.